what else can prove that satellites were used in the ancient past? And I started realizing for a lot of things. First and foremost, the Great Pyramid. So the Great Pyramid is built at the center of landmass on Earth. Not the center of Earth, it's built at the center of the landmass. Two different things. You have landmass shaped and formed around the Earth in various different areas, right, where the continents lay. And so in order to figure out where the center point of the mass is located, you need a orbiting satellite, but not any old orbiting satellite. You need a specific type of satellite. I would need a satellite in a polar orbit. You can't have a satellite orbiting around the equator. That would not give me the data I need to find the landmass because I wouldn't be able to see the entire planet. I would need a satellite that orbited the Earth this way, from pole to pole, and as the Earth spins on its axis, it would be able to take a swath of data at a time as the Earth is spinning on its axis and as it orbited pole to pole. And they can then take, through computer data, we can stitch that together and we can create a complete grid map of everything on the entire planet. We can see topography, we can see depths, heights, we can see mineral content, we can see water, depths of oceans. All that information can be done through a polar orbiting satellite only. So what this told me was that in ancient times, in order for Enlil to be able to see everything going on Earth, he had a polar orbiting satellite. It's the only way to see everything going on the entire planet. And then now in modern times, we know that's the only way to be able to pick out these types of sites, to pick out the center of landmass. So in ancient times, again, the people of the land of Chem, long before the dynastic area of Egypt even started, there was a polar orbiting satellite. What else can the polar orbiting satellite do? If you look at the Great Pyramid, you come up with some very interesting numbers, okay? Some very interesting numbers. So you can calculate the number of days in the year by the stones in the Great Pyramid, the dimensions of the Great Pyramid. So the distance from Earth to the sun is an AU, 1 AU, astronomical unit. That can be calculated through the pyramid construction as well. But to know these outcomes and to know these different distances and everything else, you need to have already had a satellite orbiting the planet to make these, to know the knowledge to then create the structure and build it into the structure. You had to have foreknowledge. In other words, you had to already know what you're trying to create, what you're trying to mathematically create in the structure before you even build it, before you even lay it out to be built. All this knowledge already had to be known. This is known information. All this takes foreknowledge. You would have already had to be able to observe technologically and calculate the speed of the Earth around the sun before you then decide to go make a structure like a pyramid and build that information into the structure. This is advanced knowledge. This is advanced wisdom that, in my opinion, requires technology. That's my opinion. And so I believe they had this technology. And so Enlil's all-seeing eye, I believe, is the Black Knight satellite, which is why I did the documentary. And so the deeper I dug into this, the more I looked into it, the more I began to realize a lot of structures on Earth that have these astronomical calculations and crazy star alignment from stars that are, 100 light years away, 1,000,000 light years away, and all these crazy, outrageous numbers. I realized it takes technology. And one of the technologies that they had was a satellite orbiting in a polar orbit.
By Compendium of the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson.